Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It all depends when and where you're tuning in from.
I'm Wanda,
It's Rev.
and this is Wanda and Rev. So this is actually our first YouTube video, and I'm so excited, guys. I actually asked our followers to ask us whatever questions they wanted to know about us, and I told them that we'll answer them on this video. So Rev actually has the questions with him. So babe, whenever you're ready.
Yo, you know I'm ready for sure. So, I mean, it's not too crazy, but first and foremost, make sure y'all follow us on IG. The IGs are below. Go hit that follow button. We do follow back.
Yes,
So, family, let's get into it. It's about to get a little spicy. It's going to get a little spicy,
A little bit.
a little bit. So, the first question, where are you from?
So I'm gonna answer that first because you know how it is. I'm from the Bronx. Bronx, New York, born and raised, and we actually still live here.
That's it?
That's it.
Just
I mean,
the Bronx? Just regular Denver?
but
That's
you know how I feel about the Bronx. But they just ask where I'm from. Like I'm not about to get real hood real quick. Like they just meeting me right now.
All right, so I'm actually from Brooklyn, New York. You already know the greatest city you can ever live. So
Here we
from
go.
Brooklyn, it's crazy because you got to think about it. When you hear about New York and you talk about New York, the first thing that comes to your mind is Brooklyn. Let's
Said
stop
every
playing.
Brooklyn person
I'll
ever.
just say it. But also, of course, my family's from Jamaica, so shout out to my people them out there too. And that's basically it.
That's right. Well, my family's actually from the Dominican Republic, so shout out to all my Dominicans. And guys, the Bronx has like the greatest population of Dominicans, so I feel right at home when I'm here. And you can't even ask me what part of the Bronx because we've lived like in every part. So from East Tremont to Simpson to Burnside, I've lived in every different part. To Castle Hill.
Next question: how did you meet? You want me to start that off?
I'm gonna let you start.
I'm gonna start that off. All right. So, once upon a time,
Oh, okay.
But how did we meet? So actually, she came to one of my trading events, right? And it was actually last time, like sometime last year, right? Like around this time, around October or I guess November, she came to one of my trading events. She walked in the room. I wasn't really looking at her like that,
He's a liar.
But, she came in the room and, I was like, all right, And, we met there. She came up to me and it was funny because, she's a little bit spicy. So she was trying to come at my mans. Shout out to my boy Sean. She was trying to come at my mans, and coming for his head or whatever. And we was like, yo, when we see her, like, we gonna press her. Like, you can't be coming for us just... And we like, who is this person, But she didn't know who we were at the time. So I understand. But she didn't really have that same energy when she met us. But it was all right.
And y'all was already to press me and I didn't even know. Like, I wasn't ready to learn.
But but it was, it was a good event, of course. I do this trading stuff, so I threw it down, gave people the knowledge. We talked for a little bit, and that's how we met. Didn't exchange numbers, nothing like that. It was just, she...
So can I say my side now? Because you're missing a lot.
I'm missing a lot.
You're missing a lot. He's just saying it mad, nonchalant, like it was nothing. I'm going to say my part now. So just a little bit of background knowledge, right? So we both do trade in the foreign exchange markets. We're traders, right? That's one of the things that we do for a living. We do many different things. So I actually own my own beauty brand, rosebeautylux.com. I'll link that down below. And he actually has his own mentorship program in terms of trading. So we do this, right? So I had heard about him. I heard he was a great trader, right? And honestly, when I went to his event, I was just starting, so I wanted to learn. So I was like, okay, he's a great trader. Let me go out to his event. Not even because, oh, I think he's fine or none of that. I literally just wanted to learn. So I walked in there, and my mom always taught me, and I know a lot of Caribbean moms are like this, especially Dominican moms, right? Always look your best because you never know who you might meet, right? So I went in there and I looked good, you know, my hair was done, my makeup, I had a nice little outfit, some jeans, you know, my butt was looking kind of nice or whatever. So I walk into the event and I immediately saw him. But what attracted me to him in the beginning was just the fact that he was sitting there by himself, and he wasn't like with the hype, right? He was, you know, he was the main speaker, but he was very humble, and I can tell that from afar, right? So I was like, you know, he seems like someone who's interesting, because I've always liked guys like, I've always said all about their money and all about me. So he just seemed like he was all about his money. So I was like, oh, all right. But, you know, I was just listening to what he had to say. After that was done, I went up to him and I was just like, you know, thank you for the great event. Like, you know, you did an awesome job and I appreciate it. So he was basically like, oh, you're welcome or whatever. And we had some small talk, but then I had to go. So as I was leaving, I remember leaving, and I went to go close the door behind me. And as I looked back, he was staring at me. So I smiled because I knew, like, I knew, you know, I knew what it was. So then I smiled and I left. And then, hold up, 2 days later, he slid in my DMs and he started some conversation. And then after that, like,
it was,
you know, it's all history after that. So that's the real story. You said it real basic, but that's how we met.
All right, so that's basically the story. So how and where was your first date? So
do you remember?
I definitely remember.
I hope you remember. I hope you remember. So let me go first, because you know I'll be saying the real story, right? So I told you guys he slid in my DMs. So we were talking like every day. During that time that we were talking, the movie Queen and Slim had just came out in the theaters, and I had wanted to see it, but I asked him just in conversation. I was like, "Oh, have you seen Queen and Slim?"
And hold up, before anything, y'all already know she didn't want to ask me. She wanted me to ask her out. So she want to just put that out there. So that's the thing what a lot of women do. Y'all want to put it out there, and imagine if I didn't catch it. You know what I'm saying?
Then it would have been your loss. We probably wouldn't be here right now.
But rather than being upfront, like, yo, I want to go on a date with you.
But I couldn't be so thirsty, babe. I had to just be on some, you have to be the man, yes. So I was like, you know, have you seen Queen and Slim? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, well, it looks like a good movie. So then he followed up with, would you like to go see it? And I was like, I had to play it off like, you know, I was just like, oh, let me check my calendar, see if I'm free or whatever. And then I was like, yeah, sure, like we can go see it. But before we saw that movie, we actually went out to dinner first. So he has been a vegetarian for like 17 years. I just turned vegetarian like a couple of months ago. At the time, I wasn't at all. At the time, that's a whole other story, babe. At the time, I was, you know, a meat eater. I ate like regular, right? But since he was a vegetarian, I was like, why don't we go out to eat first? We ended up going to a vegan restaurant, seasoned vegan, and then we went to go see Queen and Slim. So the restaurant was really good. I remember after the restaurant, I've always been the spontaneous one. So I was like, let's go to the bar real quick. So we went to a bar. We took a couple of shots.
Trying to get lit.
We took a couple of shots, and then we went to go see Queen and Slim. And it was a really good date. Like, you know, he tried to like put his arm over me and be cute or whatever.
Try. Emphasis on try. I did though.
You did. It was kind of cute. And, you know, it was a good date. And then after that, that's when I knew that I could see him again. And I think you could say the same.
Yeah, it was the same. A couple other moments in the date that was just crazy. Like, so we, cause Seasoned Vegan is in Harlem. And I feel like every time I go to Harlem, there's some crazy shit happening. Like, it's always something crazy. So, yo, we get off the stop.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I'm not sure if he was homeless. Like, I'm not sure. Like,
it was like a sign from God. Like,
yeah,
literally.
It probably was. But it was a man. And he basically was just saying, like, yo, you found you a good one. make sure you take care of her, and you know, just things of that nature. I can't like remember exactly what he said, but like first and foremost, he just came out the woodwork. He just popped up. So you know, I'm ready. Like, hold up, like what you know what I'm saying? But then he just said all that stuff, and you know, it was just like one of those, I guess, wise old man. Like, I
felt like he was like prophesying over us, and it was so weird because we didn't even expect it. He was like, he was basically like, oh, she's so beautiful. You guys make such a cute couple. And then he was like, you know, you found yourself a good woman. Like, make sure you take care of her or something along those lines. And it was just like, whoa, like, where'd you come from? You know, and it was our first date. And he was saying all of this. So I'm very spiritual. So I took that like a sign. So it was just like, wow. Right?
Yeah, like the pieces was like falling together. So it was definitely a smooth date. Top, you know, it was definitely up there in my top, you know, because I had some crazy dates before, but that was good. Nothing crazy happened. That was just like, yeah, we gotta go. So it was none of those, you know, when you gotta call your friend and just be like, yo, call me because I gotta abort. Like it wasn't that type of date. It was really dope. And then at the end, I hit her with a forehead kiss.
Oh, he wanted to be smooth. So on the first date, he hit me with a forehead kiss. And girls, comment below if that, you know, if that's something you think is cute, right? So he hit me with a forehead kiss. Didn't even try to like kiss me on my lips. Forehead kissed me and was like, you know, I had such a good night. And I was just like, ah, like mask off. He think he's smooth, but it was cute.
No,
it was cute.
All right, so the next question. What was the first thing you noticed about me physically?
Go, you first.
Me first?
Yeah, what did you notice about me physically?
I mean, the first thing was her forehead. No,
you're a liar. I didn't have a big forehead.
I'm joking. Now, honestly, the first thing, it was those lips.
It was my lips?
Yeah, it was the lips.
I didn't know that. Okay.
You know.
Okay. So the first thing I noticed about him physically was his height. Because when I first noticed him, he was sitting down. So then when he stood up, and like I saw him from afar, you know, at the event, I was just like, wow, like he has a really good build to him, you know? So I looked at him and I was like, wow, this man has a really good height. I'm 5'4.5", right? He's 6'3". He's 6'3",
put me up there.
He's 6'3".
Stop playing with me.
So, you know, and I like to wear heels. So I was just like, oh, like, you know, tall glass of chocolate milk. Like I was like, he's tall. But then that was that, you know, that was the first thing I noticed physically.
Okay, dope. All right, so the next question. How long did it take for him to realize you were the one for him in terms of months? So I guess this is a straight direct for me. Like, all right, whoever was trying to put that out there, I see you. I see what you're trying to do.
That's a good one.
That is a good question. And honestly, I can kind of like talk about the moment. We're going to have another video that really go in depth with that moment where I fell in love with Wanda. But I can believe that was about coming into like 3 months, I guess, of us being together. I think. Like
officially together? Or
no,
just knowing each other?
Just knowing each other.
Because we did get to know each other for a little bit and then we made it official. So just knowing each other.
Yeah, just knowing. It was like, I think it was a good 3. I can't say exactly 3, but I know it's within that radius.
So how did you know? What was it?
In the next video, babe.
The people want to know, babe.
Y'all gotta watch the next video. Stay tuned.
The people, aka me. So, should I answer that or not?
Yeah, answer it. I mean, it was a direct to me. Whoever was trying to get me, I see. But yeah, you can answer it too. You're so into
yourself, Lord. So, when did I know that he was the one in terms of months? I think for me, I think for you, it happened way faster, right? Not that I didn't know, but I was just more cautious.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just a little bit more cautious. And that's because, you know, I was single for a long time. I was single for 7 years before meeting him, and he was too. And I always said the next person that I'm with, like, I'm going to marry this person. Like, I wanted to be that sure, you know? And I don't think there was one thing he did that made me fall in love with him. It was like a lot of little things that, you know, I was really like, wow, like this man is special, you know, even in the way that he speaks to me, like he speaks to the queen in me, right? He makes me feel like, you know, like I'm royalty, like I'm worthy, like I'm special. Like so many things that, you know, a guy should make a woman feel, and it's like you don't know if you've never had it before, right? And even in the way that he was so patient with me and just like, you know, waited until I felt comfortable and I was ready, and you know, the flowers that he would bring me, and you know, just a lot of little things that made me really fall for him. But I think the biggest thing was his patience. Like I'm very impulsive. I'm very fiery. He is literally like the calm to that fire. He is the opposite of everything I am, right? So it's like I always looked for that fire, right? And when two people are fired together, it's like that's not good, because that fire is gonna blaze crazy, right? But he literally was the peace to that fire. So it's like when I found that peace, for me, that was everything. That was something that I had never found before. So I can't pinpoint an exact moment, but there were a lot of different moments. I can't pinpoint the time where I realized it. But as he said, that's another video, since we're not giving too much away, right?
Nah, not but
the
at
first
video.
At least I gave a lot more than he did.
But next video, next time.
So extra.
But the next question is, when are my grandkids coming?
You know who asked that, right?
The biggest question.
Mama Rosa. My mother is dying for grandkids.
Yeah, so until next time on Dragon Ball Z.
You better give Mama some answers.
To be continued.
She is waiting on you.
So, honestly, family, you know, it's gonna happen when it happens. So y'all gonna be surprised. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna tell y'all, but like y'all gonna be surprised with that. So, you know, stay tuned.
So I'm 28 years old. He's also 28 years old, right? If you would have asked me this question even a year ago, I would have said when I'm 30. I'll start when I'm 30. But I don't know. I don't know if it was the quarantine. I don't know if it was the pandemic. I don't know if it was something in me that was like my biological clock. But this year, I was just like, you know what? Like, I feel ready. Like, I'm trying to have kids soon. Like, I don't want to wait that long, right? So, it'll happen when it happens, as he said. But, you know, it'll definitely be documented on YouTube, so you guys will see. Mom, it's coming soon. Don't worry about it.
I mean, like, for real, I'll be real with y'all. I don't want to be 30, 35 trying to have kids. Like, because now when you look at it, when your child like 10 and you a little bit up there, you trying to run around with your kids.
You're gonna
like,
be tired and
you know
stuff.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be, I mean, I'm healthy. Like,
I'm healthy too, but you know what I mean? Like, my back hurts,
yeah,
you know?
So, but nah, we're not going to wait too long for that. It's going to happen. Like, y'all already know.
Look at us. We'll make some cute babies though, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. So the next question is kind of similar. You know, when am I going to be an uncle?
Everybody's just waiting
like,
for the kids
everybody's
to
just
come
waiting
out.
for kids. Like, they waiting for babies. Like, waiting on us. All right. But so the next question: what is your biggest fear?
Sheesh.
What is your biggest?
You know,
fear?
I always said that I didn't have any fears because, you know, I consider myself to be very fearless, right? And that's maybe it's the Bronx thing, like thug life. Like, I swear I'm tough. Like, I'm not scared of anything, right?
You lying? You out here scared of rats? What you talking
Well,
about?
I have a huge phobia of rats, baby. Rats are disgusting. Like,
all right, but you from the Bronx.
I get like
you supposed to be
I get like the heebie-jeebies like when I see the rats. Like, I can't. But that's not something I'm fearful of. It's just I don't like them. Like, my hair stand up and everything. But I think my biggest fear, I don't know. Because now as an adult, like, and I realize more of what my mom went through, and I value her and appreciate her that much more, it would have to be two things. So one, losing my mom, just because like I love her so much. Like, my mom is everything to me. But two, I'm very ambitious and I always get everything that I want because I work for it, right? So manifestation is not just a wish, right? It's actually doing things so that that wish can come true, right? So a lot of people want to manifest things, don't make any moves, and then wonder why their manifestations didn't come true, right? So I think my biggest fear would be not becoming everything that I set out to be, you know, because that it would hurt me, because I know me and I know how hard I work, right? And I know what I want for my one day kids one day. So just like not being everything that God created me to be, right? That would be my biggest fear. Because then it's like, think about it. The day that you die tomorrow, like, I don't want to be in heaven and God to be like, so what did you do with all of the talents that I gave you? Like, sheesh, right? Like, I didn't do anything with it because, you know, I just wasted it. I wasted the time that you gave me, you know? And it's like, that would really hurt me, especially because I know the type of person that I am. So I think, you know, that those two are my biggest fears, but especially my mama, because I love her so much. And I'm not even ready for, you know, the day that God decides to take her. Like, God forbid, because that love is so strong.
I mean, my biggest fear, and it's crazy because like now I don't have that fear anymore. But one of my biggest fears was, you know, not be like literally meeting the love of my life. Like,
for real?
that was one of my biggest fears.
I didn't know that.
But now I met you, babe.
Are you trying to be cute or you for real?
I'm dead ass.
Why did you have that fear?
Cause I was, you know, not with anybody for so long. Like, I was single for like almost 6 years, and I just felt like that person wasn't out there for me. But I met you.
You have made me cry.
Damn, on the first video.
Guys, I did not know this at all. Like, this is news to me. Because, babe, you're such an amazing person that for you to even say that, it's like, what? It's like anybody would be lucky. Like, I'm extremely lucky. And I know that, and I thank God for you every day.
Thank God for you too, babe.
So, like, I'm glad that that's no longer a fear. You know?
Because of you.
Damn, that got deep.
Got real in here.
That got deep.
All right, so family, we coming up to the last question. You know, so far, I know y'all enjoyed it. Man, these videos are gonna be so lit and just filled with so much value as well, because we have so much value to offer. So just make sure y'all tune in, y'all lock in to all the fire. So this is the last question. What is the best part of being an entrepreneur?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna start that off. And I mean, one of the best parts of being an entrepreneur, I can say right now, is simply the time freedom. You know, at one point in my life, I had to ask another man, can I take off time? And like that didn't set well with me. Like, that's not it. I'm sorry. So like the fact that I can literally say, you know what, we can just go. That's the most empowering thing you can do, like, for yourself. Like, literally that process in itself is so liberating. So I can say the best part of being an entrepreneur is definitely the time freedom.
So, just to piggyback on that a little bit, honestly, yes, the time freedom as well, but not having to worry about if I'm gonna get laid off, right? Not having to worry about, you know, doing something for someone else that I don't even like to do, and I'm just doing it for a paycheck, knowing that what I'm doing now is literally a passion, right? So I literally wake up and I feel like I'm walking in purpose, right? So not only am I able to make money from my home, but I'm also impacting so many lives around me, and I'm also so fulfilled, right? So, you know, being able to trade and make money online, that is such a blessing. Being able to teach other people how to trade and make money as well, especially during these times, that is such a blessing. Being able to, you know, create makeup and put together like these packages, and, you know, even sell lashes and lipstick. Like, I love that. Like, I'm such a girly girl. I love all that stuff. So I feel so happy, so fulfilled, right? Doing things that I love, right? And like he said, being able to do it from anywhere in the world, right? We can pick up and go to Cancun tomorrow or Dominican Republic tomorrow, and our businesses are still running. And we don't have to ask for time off. We don't have to, worry about we're not going to get paid if we're not in the office. We can do it from anywhere in the world. So guys, that time freedom and just freedom to work from anywhere in the world, that is like no other. And you know what? I would not take it back for anywhere in the world. It's like I went to school. I got a 4-year degree. Shout out to the University at Albany, right? I went to school for communications and I worked at amazing companies. Being able to do what I feel like I was called to do, that's priceless.
That's a fact.
So guys, that is pretty much it. That is the end of the video, guys. I'm so excited for this journey because this is just a quick Q&A, get to know us, guys, but we are coming with so much gems, so much knowledge, so much fun and
so
laughter.
Much heat. It's
so much heat.
Crazy.
They ain't ready. So much of his dancing like this. So guys, if you want to see more videos, please like, comment, and subscribe.
And we say this all the time. Stay elevated, stay meditated.
Stay lituated.
Because you are a light.
And you have to shine on them. Peace.
Later.